I wonder if YouTube is not doing its job again. I wonder why. Oh well. Hi, Janelle. Good morning, everybody. Let's see who we got. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Farrell. Good morning, Amanda. Hey, Megan. Hi, Denise. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Cassie. Good morning, Kate. Hi, Rosa. Hello. Hey, Sarah. Good morning, Freddie. Hi, Jen. Oh, looks like YouTube's working. Hi, Stacy. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Tiffany says good morning to everybody. Hey, Scott. Good morning. Hi, Janine. Good morning, Pyan Ray. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. Hello, Sarah. Or good evening, Sarah, I should say. Holy shit. What? Yeah, don't lock your knees. I feel like I need to hear more about this one. Woo! Okay. Hi, April. Good morning. Happy Friday. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how magical is everybody feeling this morning? Scale of 1 to 10. Hey, Catherine. Good morning, Dorinda. We've got 1, 7, 5. Ooh, we've got an 11 and a 13. All right. Oh my god. What does the plus 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 mean? Like, does that add more magic to your number? I love how I'm like 1 to 10 and y'all are like 11, 13. That's funny. And Cindy's a dime. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are feeling kind of magical this morning. Some of you. Oh, oh, Dorinda. Megan. Yeah, that was a detour. No, you don't like rules. I don't like rules either. I just like to give you some sort of framework for you to completely disregard, and then we feel good, right? I'm like, pick one of three things. All right, Sarah, I'll take all three. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. It's what we do. It's our routine. Feels comfortable. All right. Well, good morning. Tiffany says, according to the pug, it's a no bones day, but are we following that pug anymore? I don't know. Um, so it's Friday. We're moving in to the weekend, and it's been a week. For some of you guys, this week has been for me too. This week has been a very um it's been a very what's the word? It's been a week that changes a lot of things, okay? It's been a week that changes a lot of things. Now, it's not everybody is exactly experiencing the same thing. However, I guess I've spoken to enough of you to know that a lot of you did have quite a week this week that changed a lot of things. It's supposed to be that way. You're right on with the energy for things to have really shifted this week, and expect more of the same because this is the 10th, and so next week, the end of next week, we're moving into full moon in Gemini energy. Venus is going to be retrograding, and we're in a whole new universe over there. So just want to say that if you I said this last night. So we had an in-person Merkaba workshop last night, which I think was a lot of fun. I hope that those of you who were there enjoyed it. I felt like I was really long-winded, but I really enjoyed being in a circle again, and we haven't done that in so long. So I really enjoyed doing that in person with you guys. But with the Merkaba workshop, we pulled up people's charts and well, I pulled up your charts and kind of went through, the big things and helped you guys to understand how to use your chart and understand it, and then tap into the energies and see what's going on. One of the things that came up in discussion was that if there's a sense you have of pressure that you've got to like do something before the new year, or get something in place before January 1st to launch something, whatever it is, that is an artificial pressure. January 1st can like get fucked for all I care at this point, because that's not really the new year. If we're going to be specific about how the new year happens, that would be solstice. So winter solstice is when the actual shift occurs. So that's going to happen on December 21st. The 1st of January is just the calendar new year. It doesn't necessarily hold more energy than any other day, except that a lot of people, literally all people, right, kind of collectively push their energy into that feeling and give it a sense of urgency. It's like, oh, this is a new thing. We're going to need to organize it. We need to set some goals. We need to set some this, some that. If you are a person who enjoys that and it doesn't give you stress, okay. But otherwise, December 21st is the energy shift. And like anything that happens organically and in nature, it doesn't shift like the turning off and on of a light switch. It is a shift that then allows the energy to follow it. Not slowly necessarily, but definitely perceptibly, but it's organic feeling. It's natural. It doesn't feel stressful. It's inevitable and exactly the way it needs to be. So allow yourself to tap into these energies a little bit and to feel the flow, and allow the natural flow of whatever time means right now to just be what it is, and remove that undue stress that you're having, if you're having that, about like getting things done before 2022 happens. That's all I have to say about that. Now, um, a few things to look for. The virtual Merkaba workshop is full, but I will be opening a second one. I'm also pre-telling you that Intuition Magic is going to be happening again first quarter. So we're almost done with our 6 weeks now, and I will be re-upping that for 2022, but with some differences. So also look for that. I'll be holding an info session so you can we can talk about it and you can get information on what it means to work with me in a workshop setting virtually, for like 6 weeks or so. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you was what? I don't know. I don't know. It'll come to me at another time. Anyway, if you guys are new to Coffee and Magic, welcome. We are going to do sensory card pulls this morning, where I give you 3 different things and you pick whichever one resonates most with you this morning, and then I pull some cards and you get your message. Um, Hardly anyone ever listens to me to pick one. I don't really care. Pick whatever you want, whatever feels good for you. If you don't feel like you resonate with any of the 3 things, don't pick anything and just listen and receive whatever feels like it's for you. As with everything, like take what works and leave what doesn't. This morning, I'm feeling, what am I feeling? Hmm, that's not. Okay. I apologize for this in advance, but it's just the only thing in my head right now that's making me do it. So we're doing different forms of wood. Okay, hear me out. The first one, twigs, twigs. The second one, logs, big, thick logs. And the third is wood chips. Okay, why? This is what we're doing. Okay, twigs, logs, or wood chips. What kind of wood are you feeling this morning? Go ahead, I'll wait. Drop it in the comments. Oh man, I'm really cracking myself up this morning. Rebecca, oh my god, Rebecca said morning wood. I can't. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh Jesus, you guys are the worst. Lisa says is telling me to pull out. Okay. All right. Oosh. All right. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm not sorry at all. Here we go. You're choosing from three different types of wood: twigs, logs, or wood chips. Which one are you feeling this morning? Twigs, logs, or wood chips? I think we all need this morning. You need to be saved. Here you go. Wow. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it together. Here you go, TikTok. So, oh, you guys. Just okay. All right. All right. So, if you're just joining us, we're about to do the sensory carpals, and you're choosing which type of wood is going to resonate most with you this morning. It's twigs, logs, or wood chips. And you may pick more than one. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna start shuffling. I'm a little scared, honestly, because if my guides are starting this off with levity, it might mean that the message is not very light. But that's fine. We'll be all right. Okay, has everyone chosen? Make sure you put your choice in the comments. Consent is important, and when you put your the wood that you want in the comments, that signals to me your consent to tap into your energy, you know? You guys, good morning. Happy Friday. So good. Oh. All right, what am I picking? Twigs, logs, or wood chips? Twigs, logs, or wood chips? I think I'm going with the logs. If you're just joining us, Octavia, okay, you got it. There you go. So twigs, logs, or wood chips. All right. And I'm delighted to find that all of my friends this morning are surfing the same wave of maturity that I am mostly every day. That's why we're friends. All right. Last call for your wood. We're going to be doing sensory card pulls based off of which wood you choose. You're choosing from twigs, logs, wood chips, what you feel more resonant with this morning. Drop it in the comments. And here we go. So the first one is going to be twigs. Exactly. We found each other. We're very magical and we have very dirty minds. It's all good. All right, you ready for this? Log people. No, twig people. Oh boy. All right. Twig people. Here is your story. Are you ready for your story? Okay. You've got the Grail Knight, you've got forgiveness, and you've got the cow. No problem, right? Seems all right so far. Seems very chill. All right, so here's your story. These two are traveling together. So the Grail Knight is all about seeking something, right? Seeking something outside of yourself, the journey to which you end up finding yourself. It's like that kind of trope. Um, for you guys today, for my twig people, the thing to really like latch onto about this is the idealism, okay? And the the fantasy that this could be. It's asking you to watch for the ways in which you glamorize something that takes you out of the present moment, that steals your joy from the present moment. Okay. When you think of the Grail Knight, when you think of like going on that quest and going on that pilgrimage, it's always in search of something that isn't clearly defined necessarily and that you may never reach. What if you do reach it? What if you do reach the Grail? What if you find it, right? What you usually when the stories or parables, what usually ends up happening is the Grail itself doesn't even really exist. But again, the journey to find it is where you meet all of your people, where you have your big spiritual awakening and life completely changes for you. You're on that journey now, and it's really easy to feel like you need to do it right. There needs to be goals set, and you need to be on the path. Am I on the path? You know how many times I hear that? Am I on the path? Am I on the path? You're making the path, my friends. And don't dangle carrots in front of yourself. You're the prize, you carry the prize with you. When you go reach the Holy Grail, the reason it feels like, an accomplishment is because you brought yourself there. So it's a reminder that you're the gift. Good morning, Josie. Now, forgiveness is here and the cow is here because the forgiveness is all about letting go of something that is keeping you in a past energy. Okay. This past energy will prevent forward movement because it's really keeping you in a very particular energy. If you can find the way to let that go, to allow it to live where it needs to live, which is in the past, levity will come for you and it will feel really good. The cow is here to remind you that as much as you give, you must receive. If you've been giving, and not receiving, that's an imbalance. And you're going to feel the effects of that. You're probably already feeling the effects of that. Soften to receive and know that you don't have to deserve good things. You don't have to earn good things. Your default is not to suffer. Your default is not to be punished. Your default is not to be less than. Your default is glorious. I just asked all of you guys on a scale of 1 to 10 how magical you feel today. And a large proportion of you are feeling pretty damn magical today. I would ask you to remember that and to receive what comes from being a magical being. Okay? So that is your twig message for this morning. Let's see what log has to say. Let's see. Resonation station with the twigs. Oh my goodness. We are all in a mood this morning. All right. Log time. Yay, I'm glad. I love you. Oh my God, that's so weird. Did you hear me? I just said, I love you. And look at the card that flew out. I love that. Oh my goodness. All right. So, log people. No, log is the middle one. We had twigs, log, and wood chips. And I'm sorry that you missed it, Nicole, because I probably laughed for like 2.5 minutes straight without doing anything else because everybody's got a dirty mind over here. Oh, okay. If you chose log, this is going to be your story. We've got the love card, we've got the communication card, and we've got the protection card. Hmm. What's the story? There's a bunch of it's a bunch of crows just flying over my window here. Okay, so log people, love, communication, and protection. My throat chakra's like, no, don't do it, because I did pick this one. All right, here's your story. If you pick log, it's it's time to stop requiring validation from other people in order to value and love yourself. The focus is for us is going to be on relationships for a long time, for like the whole of this next year, for the most part, is a focus on relationships. And when I say relationships, I don't just mean romantic relationships. Every connection you have with another person is a potential relationship, right? And needs valued. However, if you bring your unhealed parts into a relationship and another person brings their unhealed parts into the relationship, and both of you have the idea that somehow together your unhealed parts mishmash together and create wholeness, that actually is not a thing. Never in the history of history have two people who have big healing to do come together and their unhealed parts healed themselves by the virtue of coming together. Now, with that said, there is a way for two people to heal in parallel with each other. Do you remember, like, back if you have babies, like when the babies were little, they were not really able to play with each other, and like we get them together and they do something called parallel play where they would just be together but wouldn't really interact, and they just like on their bellies, and we'd look at them and be like, what did we do? I'm just kidding, although sometimes, but it's kind of like that. It's not codependency, it's company. That's what we're looking for here. So this love card is asking you to kind of understand that for yourself. You're not seeking another person to complete you or assist you in your healing. It's more about, I see you doing your work, I'm doing my work. Do you want company and support along the way? Fully understanding that your work is yours and mine is mine. Your journey is yours. My journey is mine. We keep our sovereignty in relationship now. So that means everyone is responsible for themselves and other people are not responsible for other people. Everybody takes responsibility. Okay? And that is a leveling up of love energy that when you get there, when you reach that place, it feels really good. It's going to feel like, oh, this is what it feels like to walk through life feeling good about myself and feeling excited about my different partnerships. Okay. And part of that comes into your communication and your protection. You've got to be able to clearly communicate your needs and your feelings. If you can't clearly communicate those two things, you have no business being in partnership with any other humans. Because here's the thing, as magical and intuitive and empathic as we all are, it is incredibly unfair and kind of against the rules to expect other people to intuit our needs and desires. Okay? It's unfair to expect a person to understand what we mean if we don't say it. And as a person who, you know, in relationship, I have struggled my entire life not being the most vague, obnoxious person in the world. Because while I can tell you all kinds of things, if I'm talking about my own feelings, I'm like, this feels like stranger danger. Like, are you supposed to know my feelings? Like, if you're supposed to know them, you should just know them. I shouldn't have to say them. But here's the reason why it's so difficult to say them if you have issue with that. It doesn't feel safe because at some point in your life, you did express your feelings and you were told that they were wrong, they were subversive, they were annoying, they needed to be more quiet, whatever it was, it shut you down and you don't trust what happens when you communicate your actual feelings. What is alexithymia? Alexithymia, I don't know what that is. Um, so with that being said, clear communication is going to be key in your building of these new relationships that feel reciprocal and feel healthy. And they feel healthy from the beginning because you're creating them, right? The protection card is coming in as well because in order to feel safe to be in that space where you do start opening up, you have to really lock down on the energies you allow around you. Okay. You really have to do that. Um, Cassie, I don't know enough about that to give you an educated answer on it. So I will look into it because that's interesting to me. But I don't feel comfortable giving you an answer to that unless I fully understand what that is. Do you know what I mean? Um, but regardless, log people. It's all about relationships and it's all about understanding that another person does not fill your gaps. Ugh, you know what I mean? Okay. There you go. That's your log message. And last, we've got wood chips. And don't jump away after this last card pull because I'm doing another collective from the Fairy Forest deck for the weekend. Okay. You like that one? Just slipped it in there. All right. I know. I know. I don't get tired of this. Like, I'm a 12-year-old boy in a lot of ways. So, get me on a that's what she said roll, and that's all she said. Um, I do actually have a question for you guys, though, while I'm shuffling for this one, because, like I said, I am working on the next round of Intuition Magic, which is like 6-week workshop, right? And I'm thinking, first of all, that I might make it a little longer and make it 8 weeks. And I'm also thinking that I would like to focus fairly heavily on relationships and sexuality. And so I'm curious if that is interesting to you. Like, would you like to do more intensive work on sex and sexuality and relationships? Is that of interest to you? Because it's of interest to me. I think it would be fun. Then we can really get into like the sex magic and stuff like that too. So let me know what you think about that. I think that would be great. I'll be holding an information session on this so that you can get questions and get answers for your questions, and I can tell you more about the way that it works in the workshop. But that would be launching. I think our current workshop ends this coming Tuesday. And so I would be launching that probably first week of 2022. The thing is, and that's why I did it, um, I love having the workshop, and I'm going to be sad when I don't have my Tuesday nights to spend with you guys. So I just need to keep going because it makes me happy. Yeah, not the whole time. Like I feel like if we did 8 weeks instead of 6 weeks, we would spend probably 2 to 3 weeks on different parts of the sexual and sex thing, and definitely have one whole thing on sex magic and creation magic, but relationships and all of that stuff. And of course, as I mean, if you didn't know this already about working with me, I create containers and then we kind of go with what happens. So the container would be there, but you just don't know what's going to happen once we start going in, because I channel through these workshops with whoever signed up in mind. Like, we tap into the energy together. So it's always kind of tailored to whoever shows up. You know what I mean? But I just feel like the container for relationships and sex stuff would be kind of fun. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Lisa says she wished she was 30 again. Huh. I don't wish I was 30 again, but I hear you. 30 was like my worst year. I mean, in some ways. Okay. Are you ready, guys? Sorry, I'm really long-winded. It's wood chips. It's wood chips. Whoa. You know what I'm not seeing this morning? I'm not seeing any wasps or goblins. So there's that. Merlin. Perception. Truth. What powerful cards for wood chip people. Again, if this message resonates to you and like you're a log person, that's okay. You can take this too, you know? So the wood chips energy, which is this kind of interesting, it's a very masculine leaning energy. It's like the masculine magic, okay? This is a very I don't want to say non-emotional, but it's coming from a different place, right? So when I kind of feel into, like, if I'm looking into like the feminine creation magic energy, it's lower in the chakras. It comes from down here. The Merlin energy, this magic is coming from like here. It's like whoosh. It's like really big in the third eye and really big in crown chakra space, okay? That tells me that those of you who pick the wood chips, or if this resonates with you, it's probably a lot of people, you're really opening up to some big concepts coming in. The concepts coming in are kind of rocking your world in some ways, because it's like you're looking at things so differently. And sometimes, like, it probably freaks your family out because it's like they don't understand what is happening with you, and they don't really know what you're talking about, and you don't know what they're talking about. And you're like, did my brain break? And it's like, no, it was rewired. You've been rewired. And like, here you are, self 3.0, and everybody else is operating on 1.5, like half of an update. And so you're not really understanding each other. I would love to tell you that this is going to get better, but it's not necessarily going to get better as much as it's going to normalize in your life. And you're going to figure out how to navigate your life in this way, and it's not going to feel so rocky, okay? As you become more accepting of the fact that you're running a different program, and you just are running a different program. Now, the great thing about this, though, is that aren't we finding each other? All of the 3.0 programs are kind of like, oh, is that you? Are you okay? And it's not just like that we find each other with like the dick jokes on a Friday morning. It's like the energy is finding it. Okay. Truth and perception are here. And this is really important to finding those who are running the same program to you. Because if you are not living in authenticity and alignment with who you actually are, those who are trying to find you and merge with you in that way cannot find you, because you are masking your energy. A lot of us mask our energy to fit in, to be normal, right? And now's the time to knock that off, because if you continue to mask yourself to be normal, you're not going to find all your weirdo friends who are going to make you feel supported and are going to make you feel extra magical, and you're going to have the best time of your life. So, letting go of your perception of what normal means, letting go of what your perception of who you think you are means, and just actually be yourself. And understand that from day to day, that's allowed to change. You're allowed to wake up in the morning and be like, I feel completely differently about this. And then wake up the next day and be like, I feel completely different about this again. Follow your bouncing ball. It will lead you to your people. It will lead you to the energy that makes you feel really good about yourself. Okay. It's out there. And again, you're receiving so much insight and downloads. Like you probably are like, I don't even fucking know what to do with all of these things. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. All you need to do is stay in your truth and stop pretending to be what you are not. Catch yourself throughout the day. Are you pretending to be something you're not? Catch yourself before you say something. Are you about to say something that you don't actually mean? That you can't throw all your energy behind? Because if so, how about don't say anything at all? Like, it seems simple, but it's not. But this is the movement that's going to get you into that space where you feel kind of locked and loaded in your own sovereignty, and then everything falls into place after that. Okay? So, that is your wood chip message for this morning. Thank you for being here. I'm not done. I just remembered I said I was going to pull one of these cards for you. Here we go. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram so that you can have access to my stories, because I really do post a lot of my updates and stuff in my Instagram stories. It's like kind of the easiest way. Um, Join Inner Sanctum if you would like to do more of this. Starting in January, I will no longer be doing Coffee and Magic here on Wednesday mornings. That will be in a Zoom meeting for members only, okay? And it'll be a little bit more intensive and more energy updates. And we'll still do card pulls, but it'll be more of an energy update on Wednesdays. So if you're not an Inner Sanctum member as a BFF, this would be a good time to jump in there and do that and lock in 2021's pricings before they go up. So think about that. Think about joining. You also get 2 calls with me a month. We work around the energy of the full moon and the new moon, and we have a lot of fun. So think about it. You can find more information on that, sarahmala.com, or like I said, just go on Instagram and click my little linky thing and you'll find it there. If you have other questions, you just send me a DM, shoot me an email. All right, this is going to be one last card. This is collective. And then off we go. It's number 27. This is all about your health. It's Salu from the Fairy Forest deck. And here's what it says. You radiate strength, energy, exuberance, and life force, the kind that emanates from within, giving you an energetic force field that others respond to, but within which you dwell, radiant and well. With every day, every heartbeat, every conscious moment, including all the wise decisions you have made on behalf of your well being, you are beginning to develop lasting strength, and your energy is potent, a force, and a presence. This card can also signify that it is time for you to truly take your well being seriously, to connect deeply and respectfully with the body, to reshape it, reclaim it from all the cultural biases and all the voyeuristic judgments we are all subject to. It is time to develop support networks where your mind is valued and healthy relationships are nurtured, developed, and sustained. You must also do the work. Sweat and discover just what you are capable of, and be sure to change your nutrients, enhance the food you are eating, be sure to eat well, and acknowledge any unhealthy patterns you may have developed to self-nurture and comfort. All of this dedication and self love will pay off in marvelous ways. You will radiate so much good, shining well being that you will draw to you like minded people who support this journey and attract more vitality, good fortune, and love. Boom. I love you. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Okay? Goodbye, YouTube. And goodbye, TikTok.